One of the other things we did is we branded our vans. What we did is we did a vinyl wrap. Originally, I looked at painting it, but that was really expensive, and so I started looking at vinyl wraps. My first vinyl wrap, the prices have increased a little bit over the last few years. My first vinyl wrap, I did 2 vans for $2,500. The last van I did one van for $2,500. Now, $2,500 might sound like a lot of money to some people, but right now, I get 25% of my inquiries. And keep in mind, right now we're averaging 150 inquiries a month. I get 25% of those from my 3 vinyl wrap vans. Okay, so how do we know that? How do we know that 25% of the people do that? It's because it's in our inquiry form. We've harnessed the power of technology to give us information. So on our Google form, you can pick, how did you find us? Through Google, through Yelp, through word of mouth, or through our van or other. 25% of our marketing is through those vans. I paid a total of, I guess, $5,000 in 6 years for that marketing. If I were to market with Google or Yelp, I would spend that in 6 months or something like that. So it has completely paid for itself and then some. $100%, I could have done it sooner. One of the reasons is I just didn't know. Once again, I had no idea. It was all an iterative process. How I could have done it sooner. So at a certain point, when I first started my business, I asked my wife, how much money do I have to bring home in order to have a decent life, in order to take a few vacations, in order to pay for whatever came up? And we decided what that number was. Every nickel I made past that point, for me, at that time, it was $4,000 a month. I had to bring home, after taxes, $4,000 a month to make sure that we could pay our bills and take a few vacations. Every nickel I spent, I put back in the business. And every nickel I've spent has been a nickel well spent, because I'm growing my business and I'm growing with my business. I try to take as little out of my business as possible. Now, once you grow it big enough, you can start to take a little bit more out of it. But had I known that 25% of my inquiries would have come from branding my van, yeah, I would have done that sooner, but I didn't know that. There is one slightly less expensive option. You can get magnets, so that you can put on the side of your truck or your van or whatever kind of vehicle you have. They're relatively expensive, but it is important to have an actual brand. Now, here's the thing about branding. If you're going to charge $100 an hour, $125 an hour, your branding has to be professional. This cannot be a guy on the side of a truck with a hammer. Think simple, elegant, and understated, rather than sort of a tool belt with a bunch of tools on it. That looks like you're a jack of all trades. What the impression you're trying to give is that you are a businessman that happens to do handyman work. And that helps you charge a little bit more money too. First part is your logo. If you have a logo, that needs to be huge, because that is the symbol that people see, that whenever they see that symbol, they identify you with that symbol. The next one is, what do you do? Are you just doing small handyman jobs, or are you willing to do a little bit of remodel stuff as well? The next one is website. What we're trying to do is funnel everything over to our website. So I originally had my phone number on there, and after about 2 months, I took it off because I did not want to answer the phone calls. I want everybody to go through our portal, because if I'm answering the phone, I'm not working for somebody, right? I need to be very careful about the time that I spend. And people just want to talk to you on the phone. And I could spend all of my day on the phone talking to people about projects, and never make a nickel, but talk about a lot of projects. It just doesn't make any sense in the end of it. In addition to that, one of the ways that we branded was we wanted to make sure that Handyman was a part of our business name. So there's actually a lot of sense to be made by making your locality and what you do right in your business name. Now, not everybody has that option, and not everybody wants to do that. If you don't have Handyman or your area in your name, you want to put that somewhere on your truck. I work in this area, generally speaking, and I am a handyman. And that needs to be big. So when people see it, they see handyman. Oh, I need a handyman.